Hey, you already know what it is, man. Gravitation with observation. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm wrong. Welcome back to the channel. Um, just real quick video, right? Um, I remember a couple years ago, DJ Head. Shout out to DJ Head. You already know West Coast. He had he had a video up, right? And he was just talking about like Drake political views, right? Like I think the subject was just more so. I think Head was saying that he can lean more towards Dot, not so much obviously, we from the land, the West Coast aspect. No, not just take that out. It's just as far as that Dot was just speaking on, so many social problems that was going on at the time, right? And at the same time still preaching what he's preaching as far as his music. So you could tell that he really cares like what's going on. And he felt like with Drake, you really don't even hear that. Um, like his issues. Like, how does he feel? About just the presidential issues that's going on in America. Now, I know people like to keep their receipts, right? You feel me? And like to, I can honestly say, because I know y'all gonna pull it up. I don't know what I was saying back then, um, to the extent so much, but at the same time, I was defending Drake in a sense of, I was saying like, bro, he's from Canada, so why would he even care about Trump, Obama, Kamala Harris? Well, she wasn't even in the picture at the time, but I'm just saying, just in general. I think this was probably during the time with the Joe Biden and probably Trump situation, if I'm not mistaken. Probably when they was running. So that was me, defending that. That's why I'm like, well, of course, Dot is gonna speak on it. We in America, we do this, and we seeing it, we getting firsthand. We gotta remember he's still a visitor, not in no disrespectful. You feel me? And not trying to shade him in whatsoever. But I was just like, bro, he's a visitor. You know what I'm saying? He got his own situation that's going on with his stuff, right? Now, mind you, right after this battle and what Head was saying back then, because I didn't see the video, but it just popped up in my head, right? I noticed, because like I said, I haven't listened to a full album about Drake. That's why I'm saying I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm wrong. When it comes to Drake, like a full project, like thoroughly through, as far as like, okay, I gotta go back and listen to it again. Since uh, So Far Gone, comeback season and So Far Gone, the mixtape. I always say those two is the shiznit to me, bro. I think that's better. Take Care is dope. Don't get me wrong, but when it comes to those two projects, just real quick, I felt like room for improvement. He was giving you that, like, room for improvement. Comeback season, he was like, he's stepping in that. And So Far Gone, he just was, man, that was that. It was a heavy impact. It wasn't no more just like social media, like MySpace and all that stuff. Nah, I felt like now when I was going outside, I was hearing people tap in. See, So Far, I mean, not So Far Gone, comeback season, you know, it was still like, Drake, who was that kid? Oh, okay, they're like, okay. And then when he got with Wayne, it was still kind of, like iffy a little bit. I'm talking about like Kid and Forever, when they did the first Forever, before they hooked up with LeBron James and remixed it, with when Wayne was, shit, this is what I does. I swear I ain't lying, like this is my cup. I'm talking about back then. But anyways, what I was saying is that I haven't listened to a Drake album thoroughly through. So with those albums, that's what I consider classics. Now, mind you, to get back on subject of what I'm saying, right? Head said that. But as I'm realizing, he's speaking on here, where we are right now in America. But I'm realizing Drake don't even speak on Canadian politics, right? He don't even speak on Canada politics. Real talk. He don't. Unless I'm wrong. Or unless y'all can tell me something different. But he don't even speak on that. And if you so much with the people, and you so much rocking with your people, and you feel me, you for it, why you don't ever speak on that? You could still be in your ways, right, bro? Like, real talk. You could still, with Hove, don't give me that, oh man, but because that ain't his style. Nah, bro. What do you mean that ain't in style? You can always touch, you can always give a background, you feel me? Give history, you feel me, background of as far as where you come from. I'm talking about put it in music and let people know what's going on. How the way you put T.O. on, Toronto, even though I knew who Cardinal Official was, but of course he didn't put it on like how Drake put it on. I gotta give him that. But I'm pretty sure it's history there. Just like when you go to Slime You Out, when you listen to that record, in my opinion, with SZA in 2023, for whatever project that was on, for All the Dogs or whatever, I get where Dot was saying, like he said, whipped and changed like a American slave, or whatever he said. Bro, why you didn't say Canadian slave? Why did you say American slave? And if somebody have a dispute, he could have simply said, like, bro, how the way the American slaves was totally different than Canadian. You can put that in music. That's what I'm saying. I don't know that. I'm just saying. Because it was definitely slaves in Canada as well. So what is the difference? Right? What is the difference? I always wonder why Dot said that. Like, what? He still doubled down calling us some slaves. He said that on that record, and then on the Family Matters record, he said it again. So I'm like, oh, okay, I get it now. Like, kind of tone deaf in a sense. So, yeah, I'm just thinking about that. Like, yeah, Drake, you don't never speak on no political views for you to be so much that you really would, like, oh yeah, I'm really standing with my peoples. I'm really rocking with my peoples. And just because, is it Jesse Williams was my boy that made the dope speech, that the actors. But yeah, just because you biracial, that don't mean that you turning your back on one. No, you standing for both. Like, nah, bro. Hey, I'm both, right? I'm both. I'm not just one. People gotta understand that. Just because I'm standing up for one, don't mean I'm turning my back for the other. Especially if we talking about equality. And the whole totality of the situation of you can always break down what's going on. I don't know no history when it comes to Drake besides the typical. We know what his subject matter is. At least with Dot, you feel me? Like we always say, now I get what head is coming from. And mind you, like I said, bro, don't try to come in my comments and try to make it seem like, oh, bro, you just saying that because of the battle, it changed your mind. No, like I said, I was still going to stick to what I was going to say because what Head was saying, Head never said anything about in Canada. He was just strictly talking, if I can remember, to my recollection, he was talking about here. I think the presidency was going on right now. Like, you feel me? It was going on. What the hell did I just say? Did I say presidentiary? That's a new word. But I think the presidency, like the political situation that was going on during that time. I don't know, like if the panel, like on the ballot, that's what he's doing voting. I can't remember, but I know Head specifically was talking about it. If he see this, he'll know what I'm talking about. But he never mentioned where he was from. So that's why I would still say what I say. Like, bro not even from it. Even though now, though, I'm going to be real. That's not even really an excuse. Because you see somebody like Godfrey that's Nigerian. And I feel like he like first generation. Like he come down here and break it down. For somebody not be here when it comes to black culture. And then, oh my God, he's on point. I learned a lot of stuff from Godfrey. I'm not going to lie, watching this podcast. Shout out to him. Salute to him. But yeah, man, y'all let me know in the comments below, man, how y'all feel about this video, man. Like, yeah, his stance, for him to be pushing it so much, right? And what I mean by that is like, oh yeah, we peoples, I'm with this, I'm with that, I'm really with this. Even if you want to speak up, well, you kind of do it in your music. Don't get me wrong, because you did it in your video, Heifer, right? Hell yeah, you doing a Jew, like you, okay, bam. And that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not, like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. That's cool. Okay, you touching on that aspect of it. All right, bam. Tennessee is really, you know, where Pops was at. It's not giving me too much. Like I said, when you out there, what's going on out there? You feel me? Like, get deep. I think that's where some people was probably arguing the fact. Like, nah, Drake just, sometimes it don't hit as much. And I know some people probably don't care about that. Like, bro, we really don't care. But I'm just going back to Head's point. You feel me? Like Drake never really speak on no political situations, and not even really so much political, but at the same time, he don't really give history in Toronto. Let me know if I'm wrong below. Gravity.